Good evening. I'm Chanel, Vehicle Title Expert. Thank you for tuning in and thank you in advance for subscribing. So, if you are an auto repair company and you are going to be filing a mechanic's lien on an antique vehicle, this segment is for you. So, for you auto mechanic companies out there, before you start to repair that vehicle or put a mechanic's lien on the vehicle and it's an antique vehicle, before you do anything else, make sure you identify that VIN. Very important. Before you do anything else, make sure that VIN is present. Make sure it's clear. Why? Because when it comes to antique vehicles, sometimes the VIN may not be present. Essentially, it's missing. The VIN may be altered. The VIN may not be clear or legible. And I can go on and on. So you want to identify that VIN and even go further. If you see what you believe is the VIN, take it upon yourself to examine the entire vehicle as such, just so you won't overlook anything. If you can't identify the VIN, or if you don't see the VIN, reach out to your DMV, reach out to law enforcement, depending on your state and county, and they can come out and examine the vehicle for you, and identify the VIN if one is there, and they can, go from there with their process, okay? But if there is no VIN, my recommendation, stop. Do not repair the vehicle. Do not put a mechanic lien on the vehicle without reaching out to DMV first or law enforcement, because if so, you could have a problem during the mechanic lien process, because that VIN, of course, is going to be required, and you don't want to have any issues along the way. Okay, that's the first point. The second point is, if you're going to be using an electronic, title search database tool, be very mindful that you may get messages advising you that you need to recheck the VIN. The VIN may need to be decoded, or there is no record found for the VIN, and I can go on and on. And the reason being is because the VIN that you have is, normally not recognizable in the system. Okay, and let me explain. So for vehicles from 1981 and newer, the vehicles are 17 digits when it comes to the VIN. The VIN is 17 digits. So that is, the difference. The system a lot of times recognize the 17-digit VIN. So if the VIN is less than 17 digits, sometimes the system is not really aware that, hey, this is an antique. It's going to tell you to recheck the VIN, rekey the VIN, decode the VIN, or, maybe there is a discrepancy all around. So, just be very mindful of that. Antique vehicles, they have short VINs. The VIN could be, 6 digits. It could be 10 digits long, and so on. So, that's the difference. The system is not recognizing that shorter VIN sometimes. Okay, so just be mindful of that when you are trying to pull title records for the mechanic's lien process. Another key point I want you guys to be aware of is the NADA value. So a lot of times when it comes to antique vehicles, the NADA value is not always present or available, for DMV purposes. And DMV, if you're going to be filing a mechanic's lien, a lot of times they want that value for that vehicle. So what you may end up having to do is to get your antique vehicle appraised, okay? Or you may have to go through the NADA antique vehicle guide to get the value for that vehicle so that you can present it to DMV, okay? But I wanted to share these key points with you guys on tonight. If you are an auto mechanic and you're going to be filing a mechanic's lien for an antique vehicle. If you have any questions or you want to share your feedback, please feel free to drop me a line below or visit me at wisdomandauthority.com. Thank you for tuning in. Please click share and subscribe. I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.